They are
Let
already
coffee run.
hammering me with the old man emotes. Oh my God. All right, everybody, how you doing? What's going on? It took 1 a.m. and patty cakes 25 minutes to get this stream going, but we're finally here. With a little help from Soundgarden and some of the people's elbow from Amon and everybody else. Everybody, say hi to SBee. First of all, hi, SBee.
Hi, how you going? G'day.
Oh, the good A and the horns. Chee-hoo.
Oh, always the horns. Always the horns.
Always the horns. Well, I know that a lot of you who are our legacy Kados here on the Avocado Show, SBee's always been having the blast with us, and also are kind of our go-to. You kind of a nostalgic go-to for a lot of very unique stories. Because really quick before we get going, can you kind of tell us, you, me, us, a little bit about your music journey? You have a lot of things that you bring up during the stream, and I'm like, she's very knowledgeable. So can you give us that kind of like journey through your music experience to how you ended up here at Avocado?
I could read music before I could read words, actually.
Oh, wow.
We had the family piano in our house, and Saturday mornings, Mum would get out the songbooks that she got through school. The Australians will know the old ABC songbooks, which she, as a teacher, she had a stack, like a literal stack of these things. They came out every year, and, she'd been a teacher for a gazillion years. And so she would get out and she would play the piano and sing, and we'd stand around and we'd sing. And then my grandmother would come over and she'd play Under the Double Eagle, and I said, teach me.
Wow.
So that's what happened. And then I was really shit at it.
We're just going right to it, folks. She was really shit at it, but...
I was not a pianist, but I went on to my chosen instrument, which was flute.
Oh.
Yeah, so I did a lot of music through school. I went to a music school. I tried to get into the specialized music program, but I wasn't quite good enough for that. But yeah, I've just always loved music. I am one of these strange people that doesn't watch television, anything. Like, I have channels, but I don't. Music is on 24/7 just about in my house. That's, yeah. But, I was taken to things like musicals, went and saw all the Phantom of the Opera, My Fair Lady, Les Mis, all of that sort of stuff. My dad loves jazz. He should have been a jazz drummer. I've seen him play with toilet brushes, actually, on a kit. That's the only time I've ever seen my father play.
That's funny. Why? Not to make any noise? He would use the...
Well, he was brushes, and they didn't have any, so they found what brushes they could.
Oh, wow. What a trip.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't watch anything. And, yeah, so it's just music. Music is my life. I love it.
Well, that's quite a cultural, you started off with reading music before reading words. That's insanely cool. And myself, coming from a kind of that same family line vibe-ish, music was placed in front of me before anything else. But the fact that you went from piano to flute, which is an incredibly connective instrument. I mean, the very breath that keeps you alive. In any wind instrument, brass and stuff like that, it could be said that, that we exhale this life source in us, and as it comes out, same thing with singing. But you went to flute. Yeah. That's really cool. And then, so culturally, then they take you out to all these musicals and stuff. What happened? Where did you get dark and metally? When did that happen?
Ooh, puberty.
That'll do it to you guys in the chat. Do you agree? Do you agree? It was like she's like you're getting embarrassed.
Puberty happened.
You said, yeah. And it does for everybody. Look, everybody's laughing. Like Amon, he's got that little emote there. But then at that point, then And I understand that. We're all chemically freaking out. All kinds of stuff is popping up and stuff, you know, and that could be taken so many ways wrong. But what was your first, who brought the metal to you? Like, was it a radio show or something?
The era that was. I was a teenager in the grunge era. You know, I was in high school in '89. So is when I started high school. So I was 15, 16 when grunge hit. And let's face it, it was everywhere. And by that point, I was listening to Triple J, which is like a national broadcaster youth radio station in Australia. I've even got the original, one of the original stubby holders. Look at me go.
Look at that.
But yeah. Yeah, so Triple J at that time, I mean, I was in the perfect demographic because it's a youth radio station. It had just gone national, and it had music directors and DJs and stuff that just loved various genres. And so there was a show called 3 Hours of Power with a dude called Costa Zulio. He's still around. I think he does community radio in Brisbane, I think, actually. He might, I don't know. But anyway, he's still around. And not on Triple J, but he's, yeah. So, and it would be, I think it was Tuesday nights from like 10 till 1, that'd be like the metal show. And so you'd listen to that and pick stuff up. And yeah, independent stuff, you know, not stuff that record companies were playing on commercial radio stations. It was a lot of independent stuff. Andrew Hogg, yeah, exactly. Francis Leach, yeah, like the people, Richie Kingsmill, absolutely, chaotic. The Australians are into it. They know what I'm talking about. But yeah, it was, yeah, exactly.
Well, I can.
Helen
I mean,
Razor did it, really? Oh my God.
Oh, is that like, you have that? You leave that. You have the clue. You have the Aussie crew in here, so it's fun.
Yeah, I know. Well, Chaotic and I have actually met. We when I went to Darwin, I went and had brunch. It was at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, but we had brunch. It was good.
Oh, nice! How cool! Did you guys meet here on this stream?
Yeah.
Oh, how cool! You see, what this is what this show is about: bringing
Community,
people
man.
together, community.
Yeah.
So that accounts for your eclectic taste. When you just got through saying that you were
Definitely.
more exposed to indie music or indie rock, indie metal, whatever, indie represents like that word indie and then genre is something that's a lot more, you know, underground, things that may have not made it mainstream, but yet very uniquely eclectic, or deservedly so could be mainstream, but they don't get that break.
I think a lot of it was mainstream. I mean, a lot of the Australian music wasn't, and there's a bit of that in my playlist today. But the, you know, there's a lot of stuff that was. I mean, we also, being that we're a Commonwealth country, we get a lot of stuff from the UK and a lot of stuff from Canada. And being America the powerhouse that it is for music and has been in the past, especially that's because that's where record companies are based, it gets pushed out too, you know, to all over the world. So, and somewhere like Australia, we just soaked it up. We had our own scene, and, you know, that's why when I come on and I, you know, donate for songs and stuff, I don't know if you've noticed, but it's pretty much always Australian.
Yes, I've noticed.
Yeah. Like I think we have such an amazing scene here. And I know I only stick with one sort of genre, but all of the scene in Australia is really good. And I think every country has that. But yeah, I think indie stuff, we were pushed not only the popular stuff from overseas, but also our own stuff earlier on.
Yeah, well, that myopic funnel of what is the American music machine, you know, with its tentacles, you know, you only had so many, you know, back in the 1900s when radio was still a thing, you only had so much time to get X amount of singles in versus how many commercials you had to run within the hour and everything that it took, that a lot of incredibly talented bands and musicians never got past that little, you know, bottleneck in that particular funnel. But for what I have heard, and also especially with some of the stuff that you've brought on, you know, the Avocado Show, There is such, it's not only that it's just such an incredible talent down in Australia, but there's also just some great songwriting techniques, you know, that kind of break away a little bit from that in it to a minute pop culture kind of vibe and stuff like that. So it's, for me, it's like, you know, it's an open-minded experience for me when I'm listening to a lot of acts, you know, from Australia. Yes, from other parts of the world too have the same thing. But I mean, you know, for the American that didn't get much of an exposure to Australia, you know, you get the Men at Work. You know, that's obviously a band.
And In Excess.
And In Excess and stuff like that, and some other bands or single artists that have come out of that. But even the Men at Work thing was just such a phenomenally well-written, well-produced, well-performed, you know, incredible talent. But then you're bringing all these other ones here, so it's been a great journey. So, what do you say? What is, who just said that? What do it sounds like? I look like I'm in front of a green screen. What? I think the garden's going to be hitting me all day on this stuff. I'm not rearranged. The camera flipped around. That's what happened. All right, guys, how about this? Let's start listening to Bee's playlist. Let's get right into that. So, Bee, you want to tell me a little bit about the first track we're going to listen to before we get into it?
Sure. So back in the late 70s, early 80s, on our national broadcasting television station, back when I did watch TV, it was an in-between shows because we'd get shows, we didn't have advertising on that particular channel, so then they had to put something in between shows, so it went the full half hour or whatever. And this was one of those tracks that was used, and as a young kid, I was fascinated with it, and it was something that I learned the lyrics to, remembered that wasn't a kid's song. And the fact that it's Ronnie James Dio singing it is just outstanding. It's actually meant to be an entire rock opera musical thing, which I've never seen, and I've never heard any other song from it. So, but I love this one.
All right, then we're doing it. This one is, what is this? Next Baby Animals Ain't Gonna Get. Is that it?
No,
Nope.
that's the next one.
Oh, I see. You see? Confun it.
This is Love Is All.
Good. You know what? Because of the way this is, I'm going to have you introduce each song. This is 1 a.m.'s fault. Okay, here we go. God, drugs are bad. Let's go. Love the animation.
Well, all you need is love and understanding. Ring the bell and let the people know. We're so happy and we're celebrating. Come on and let your feelings show. 'Cause love is all. Well, love is all. Love is all. Can't you hear the call? Oh, that love is all you need. Love is all you need. At the butterfly ball.
Oh, I love the Beatles vibe right here. This is great.
Ain't you happy that we're all together? At the ball in nature's countryside. And although we're wearing different faces, nobody wants to hide. And love is all, and all is love.
Is that Braille in the lower right? No, it can't be. Oh, it's the watermark.
I think it's the Christmas channel.
And it's so easy.
Oh my God, they got the centipede playing the piano. I love that. what a little paper. Oh, I love that. On the back of the mouse's head had a little bit of a. You noticed that, right?
We're celebrating. Let your feelings show. Love is all. Yes, love is all. That's the butterfly ball. Love is big. Love is small. Love is free. Love is all. That's the butterfly ball. When your back's to the wall, when you're starting to fall, you got something to lean on. Love is everything that can make you sing.
What a great track. Oops, sorry.
And it's such a 70s video. Like, it is such, like, how many drugs was taken to write that?
Well, not only that, I mean, there was a really big lean on kind of a Yellow Submarine kind of vibe through it, and at least visually it
74
was.
it was written.
Yeah. So I mean, what was the mouse playing the piano was wearing a mask backward of the Blue Meanie guy, except he was in
Yes.
yellow or something like that. So, but the whole arrangement had definitely was Yellow Submarine written before this. What year did you say this was? 70 what?
74.
Oh, I can't recall. I think either way you look at it, musically it was fantastic. I loved there was a lot of counter arrangements going on in there, and I love the fact that obviously there's no synths or anything happening in there. It's just a incredible performance and stuff. Now you're saying that this was like filler to fill out that half hour, right? Oh wow.
Yeah. So it was on so much. I think it was like from about 78 till about 83 or something like that. It was, you know, and kids TV, because they would have looked at it and gone, oh, cartoon, chuck that on, you know, without even actually watching it or knowing what it was or anything like that.
Well, I loved it. What a great way to open up your tracks. But I have a funny feeling it's probably going to get a little darker and heavier as we move on. Am I right? Look at her face. Shit, Geebz. Okay, well, tell us a little bit about the next one before I click into it.
Okay, so the next one is by a band called Baby Animals.
Oh, I recall that because I blew it.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah, you did. That's all right. So Baby Animals was the first gig I ever went to by myself with no adult. So I was 15, I think. I may have been younger. I don't remember if it was 91 or 92, so I may have been a little bit younger. But my the friend that I went with, her mum worked for the ticketing company. So back in the days when there was actual box offices at theatres and stuff, at venues. So we were able to get in before the doors properly opened. So B was at the barrier, first gig at the barrier, at the front, central
Oh my gosh.
stage.
And you were unsupervised.
Yes.
Such liberal parents. I mean, that's killer. I could send out my daughter at 15 years old to wall up onto the stage. My good. Were you a little were you a little kind of overwhelmed with that energy your very first time out?
No, not at all.
For some reason, I could believe
I was
that.
born for it.
All right, then.
Yeah, as Chaotic says, Suze DiMarchi, she was married to Nuno Bettencourt for a while from Scorpions.
Oh.
That guitarist?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
He's
geez.
the other guy.
All right, guys, we're doing this. This is going to be Baby Animals. What? Go ahead.
I was going to say, the band that supported them was John Spencer's Blues Explosion.
Oh, they
So
were the
that was
opening act.
intense. Yeah, wow. I don't know if anyone in the chat knows who they are, John Spencer Blues Explosion, but they're pretty wild. So, yeah.
We might have to catch on one of those with the Wheel of Cheese. You got to put that in there for that one.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
All right, guys, here we go. This is Baby Animals Ain't Gonna Get. Let's go. Official video, 1992. Let's do it. Is Little B there? No, I'm kidding.
No, not at this one. That's what it was like.
Wow.
All you want is a little piece of ass. All you get is a little piece of me. You get no cheap satisfaction, 'cause I don't give my love for free. You get your bird. You get what you deserve. How much you stand to lose? Oh yeah, yeah. It's looking at you, looking at you. You ain't gonna get no love tonight. You get what you give, and you ain't got it right. I don't like your attitude. Since you got the shots when you're in the mood, yeah. I don't want the same conversation. I don't need these little more lies. I can buy all my good reputation. You can find another love like mine. It's not the game to blame. It's just the way you play it. And what you stand to lose. Oh yeah, yeah. It's looking at you, looking at you. You ain't gonna get no love tonight.
What year was this again?
What you give, but you ain't got it right.
92.
Ooh, that bass.
Since you got the shots when you're in the mood,
B, I'm just gonna watch you watch your stuff. This is the best.
oh yeah, you get what you deserve, yeah. And what you stand to lose, oh yeah, yeah. It's looking at you, looking at you. I ain't gonna get no love tonight. Oh no, no. You get what you give, but you ain't got it right. I don't like your attitude. You got shots when you're in the mood. Yeah, yeah. You ain't gonna get my love tonight. You ain't gonna get my love tonight. You ain't gonna get my love tonight. Say, you ain't gonna get my love tonight. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You ain't gonna get my love tonight.
What a great voice she has. I mean,
It's
whoops.
outstanding. It's like seriously first girl crush ever on her.
Really?
Totes. Oh my god, yes. Oh my god, yes.
But what a great,
look at
like
that.
a wonderful, smoky, salty voice that she has there.
Yeah.
And now what it did sound like, though, is that video is actually a video that was assembled to a record cut. It's I don't know.
think
If,
so, yeah.
yeah, because I was looking. I'm listening really quick, and of course, when I get into my mode, I'm gonna kind of A/B. If you go, okay, where did they get those background vocals from? What's going on there? It doesn't, which doesn't matter. I thought the video was great. It was a great expression of how the band performs, I'm imagining the little young SBee, the little bee, up against the stage there, going yeah, 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 yeah. And as a matter of fact, I think chat. You let me know that I think the best part of this is going to actually be watching Bee mosh out in front of us. I think it's actually going to happen. I think, yeah, look at that. Did you see how she was? I mean, I think we're all just, everybody get your popcorn, get all your popcorn ready, and because let's just watch Bee is just going to lose it. So
Oh.
I love that. I love that you're still affected, by music in that same capacity. I think it's wonderful. I'm jealous of it, actually, because I am. But blah, 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 blah. So what's next?
So next is grunge. For me, when Nirvana was blowing up and everything, for me, I loved Mother Love Bone, and which was the band before Pearl Jam, and then it went after Andrew Wood died, and things like Temple of the Dog happened, but then Pearl Jam came on. But for me, my greatest love of the era was Chris Cornell and Soundgarden, and I only ever got to see them once, and that was in 1994. And it was a month before Super Unknown came out. So the album of the time was Bad Motorfinger. And the moment I heard this next track, I fell in love with the man. just his vocal range is like nothing else. He didn't always hit it. Like when you see some of the live performances and stuff, he struggled with it. But I just think he, hands down, best vocalist on the planet. It's just, yep.
All right, I love that. And you know what? I love the fact that you say that about sometimes when, you know, you go to a live concert and you know, when the singers, they could be tired, they could be a little sick the day before, or it's just, or maybe they beat the hell out of them in the studio to hit that note, and they're saying to the producers, I'm never going to be able to sing like this live. Why are you doing this to me, you know? But in that case, there's even a bolder human factor to, you know, when that happens, if it just kind of almost gets there and stuff like that, there's just probably something a little more real. Okay, so this song is called
Slaves and Bulldozers.
All right, guys, let me make sure I'm on the right one. Da, 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 da. Here we go. I've always loved that hit the record button and go kind of moments in studios. That sounds like what this is.
Yep.
Wow. Jeez. Yeah, those riffs are insane too, for sure.
Just so sludgy.
Yeah.
On the hi-hat.
Yeah, just straightforward, leaning right into it. He saves the fireworks for the rest of his kit. He like pulled a harmonic out of that. I love how they have the bass slightly off to the left. I don't know if that's me hearing it. Can you hear it? I love that bass tone. There's a swimminess to it.
Isn't it?
That kind of psychedelic.
What I said is what I mean.
But bluesy and sexy as hell as well.
Yeah.
Is what I need. Everything I've held is what I feel. Everything I've shown is what I feel. Broken eyes and dirty looks on what I have and what I took. Counting all the hands I shook. Now I know how you've been sinking. Buying lies and stealing jokes and laughing every time I choke. Fighting all the time you took. Now I know how you've been taken. Now I know how you've been taken. Now I know why you've been taken. Now I know why you've been taken. Now I know why you've been taken.
Jesus.
Know why you've been taken.
Super nuts with the fact that, like I said earlier at the very beginning of it, that it just sounded like it was a one-time press record and go and record back in the, more of like in the days where it used to be that, where the band's in the studio.
Yeah, I think it's the studio recording for sure. I think a lot of their live stuff, it goes for 11, 12 minutes when they play it live. And, you know, there's the solos go longer and Chris's screams go longer. And, you know, it's just, you know, Kim leaves it on feedback on the amp, you know, he walks off, just leaves his guitar sitting there, you know. It's just... I reckon that's probably how that was recorded, like you said. And he's then gone back and gone, how the hell do I sing that live?
Well, you know, not only that, I mean, first of all, it is just stunning, and it's great to listen to an incredible artist like that with the passion behind it. It's the passion behind it that makes. There's singers that can hit those ranges and stuff like that, but not all of them have the passion and the soul behind it to sell it. You know, unless you're doing it technically for opera or something of that nature, classical music, or even metal guys that can, you know, get up to that. Especially today's day and age, there's so many incredible metalcore singers and stuff like that. But it doesn't, just because they can hit those ranges doesn't mean that they can. What's the word I'm looking for? Not
Power
teleport.
behind his voice would have been full on, because
Yeah.
I can hit those notes, but I'm very sweet and singy, you know, in my soprano voice. I can't push it out. I don't have
Sweet
any power
and
behind that. I
singy.
mean, I'm not a vocalist anyway. Yeah, but you know, yeah,
No.
it's just, yeah.
Yeah, that was, and also the other thing is too is that as I was listening to it, there was what I would, not room noise, but there was the ambiance that they elected to use kind of kept it like it was all in one larger studio. I was listening to certain things going, it kind of sounds like there's a weird reflection coming off of the snare, but not weird and something that it's just my ears, the way I listen to music and stuff like that. I did like the fact, don't know why, but they leaned on a little bit of the left side for the bass. And I think maybe it could have been because that tone was very syrupy. You know, that bass was very syrupy, so they wanted to maybe just give it a little bit more of a separation.
There's not much change in that bass line either. So I think if they're just having it sitting there, it just keeps the track walking along. And it's just, you get all those different sounds from Kim and, it's just, there's lots of different guitar. I think it's been layered there. I don't know if that was a thing back in the 90s, but to me, it sounds like there's been layers put in there with different sounds and stuff.
Well, they definitely, you know, I do remember in a lot of in quite a bit of grunge post the popular whenever the world at large got involved in grunge because of the popularity of it. Excuse me. But I did, you know, I noticed that there was definitely layering that would go on, you know, in some Soundgarden stuff and some Stone Temple Pilots stuff and some Pearl Jam stuff, but they kept it to a minimum. You know, it wasn't a thing that I heard like, well, look, they've got, you know, layered guitars and stuff. They would just do it for more nuanced stuff than they would, you know, make it, you know, kind of a trademark of that, you know, that genre and that production. So, but it looks like we're now, is this the next track right here that I clicked on by accident?
Yes, it is. Yeah, it is.
So tell me about this. Why do we have this on the list?
This album I terrorized my mother with.
I'm going to edit this out and send it to her.
Yes. Oh, she knows. She's well aware. We've spoken about it. You got to remember too, these were the days of cassettes were still a thing. And I had recorded it from my boyfriend's CD or whatever, and I just kept changing the sides. And I'm an album person. I still listen to albums. Like I still listen, if a band puts out a new album, I will listen to it from start to finish. That is what I do. And I always loved B-sides. I always loved a track on the B-side. There was always one that I just went, musically, I like this better than the lead single or whatever it was. And I mean, yes, I love all of this album, and I know everyone's going, oh, we're doing Walk or Respect or any of those sorts of things. This Love, love all of those tracks that are, you know, those singles that were the big ones off this album. But for me, this particular track just gets me every time. I love it. It's got a really long intro, and I love it.
Okay, introduce it.
Okay, so this is Regular People, Conceit by Pantera.
Let's go. This is the SBee I know. This is the SBee I know. God, they had such a great guitar tone.
Fun bag. Legend.
Yeah.
One of my things, Ginger. Drummers and the bass players.
Yeah.
Your pain.
That ride. God, what a great rip. Yep.
So groovy, Lisa. It's a wreck, though.
Yeah. Jeez. Whoops. Job opening.
Whoa.
That sucked. I don't know why I don't have control of that from happening. Confunnet. I waited all out to the very end and I end up blowing it. God, I'm old. Where's all the old man emotes? Confunnet. Everybody's gonna. There we go. I just let that say. Sorry, B. She's like she's even getting in on it. On this poor old guy. Just can't. Fingers everywhere. Buttons pushing here, pushing here, pushing here. I can't get it together. There's all the old man emotes.
What Lisa was saying, groove metal, and I agree with you, Lisa. I had issues with Pantera for a little while too, probably for similar reasons as to you. But for me, at the time, I didn't know that information. But yeah, groove metal. They were one of the bands that was, you know,
At the beginnings of it all.
groove metal bands.
Yeah.
Yeah. And recently I've discovered I knew of them, but I had never really been a big listener. But I saw them a couple of weeks ago. And that's when I went crowd surfing again for the first time in 30 years, was Malevolence. And they are groovy as. So if you're not you've not listened to them before and you don't mind that sound, that's definitely a band. They're from the UK. They're fantastic. Yeah.
Well, this track that I just heard though, first of all, I loved that when the solo came in, they gave raw space for it, drums, bass, solo. Like, didn't need a supporting rhythm pattern behind it because the solo was just so insane. And another thing about Dimebag that was always just something to behold, if you would, is he wasn't really big on legato. So every note got picked, the cleanliness of it, So, I mean, even on all of his faster runs, there's times where you can get away with legato on that, where you're doing economy picking and stuff. He was economy nothing. He was just crush it and just really be as precise and detailed to the duty of being a soloist in that capacity. I thought that was great. And of course, the riff was just the riff, and also a little bit of the dynamic shifts in the track itself. You didn't marinate in just one thing and just get used to this is what they're going to do in this verse. They're going to come back and do that in the second verse. This is going to be the bridge and then the hook and all that. They love to move around in that track, so I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
So
That's why I think it was one of my favorites, because it had a bit of everything in it. It wasn't just, in your face thrashy. It wasn't just groovy. It wasn't all Dimebag, like it was just a bit of everyone,
Right.
Rex going up on the bass there, like having a great time. Vinny chucking in some beautiful fills, like just, yeah.
well.
I saw him last year, and I mean, obviously without Dimebag and Vinny, and I'd never seen them before. It was at a festival, and unfortunately, the sound cut out just as they came into their opening track, and
Heartbreak.
It sucked so hard.
Oh my gosh, heartbreak. Well,
Yeah.
let's see if we can pull out a heartbreak on that story and see what do we got coming up next. Tell me a little bit about what is it, Grinspoon?
Grinspoon. All right. So, so actually the next two tracks are a little bit, I don't know. Okay. So Grinspoon is, this band is a band that was around in, Aussie. They're an Aussie band, Aussie, oi. They've actually started touring again, but they were around in the late 90s. That was their, this album was 97, 98, somewhere like that. They're from New South Wales, Northern Rivers, New South Wales. And I was living in, let's put it this way. I went from Western Australia to Queensland to South Australia and then back to the Northern Territory. So I kind of lived all over in this 2-year period. And I came to Alice. So I went and saw them, and it was in a nightclub, and in some security person's wisdom, they put trestle tables as a barrier for the stage. It was the first all ages gig in town, and B being B, I was at the barrier, and I got slammed. I ended up pulling, I reckon she would have been a 12-year-old kid in front of me to try and keep the crowd off her because she was getting crushed.
Oh
The
my
bouncers
gosh.
skedaddled, and a trestle table broke on my knees.
Shit.
When they finally pulled her out, and I think that was the trauma my body needed to get diabetes. Yay!
Oh no.
So I blame Grinspoon for me being a diabetic.
Okay, well, great. Let's get the sugar going now with Grinspoon.
Still
All
one of
right.
my favorite bands. I mean, I just love it. It
All
was
right,
good.
great.
I mean,
Well-
could you get more B story than that? Getting diabetes in a mosh pit. I mean, really.
I don't think I've ever heard anything like that before. Ever you have hit new god tier level storytelling. Introduce this song for us. She got to stop. She got to
Okay,
breathe.
so
She's
this is-
laughing.
This is a song called Post Inebriated Anxiety.
All right, here we go, guys. Oh, this is badass.
Looks like them baddies got blown
love that.
Exposure. I'm doing nothing at all.
Very humble.
I need a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. I need a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. I need a bit, I need a bit. Give me a hit. Like me a laxative donor. My white teeth work chemistry.
That's a great turnaround right there.
I need a bit, can't you see? I need a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. I need a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. I need a bit, I need a bit. Give me a hit. I need a hit. Is
Ooh, I love that broken speaker effect.
just a little bit, little bit, little bit.
Oh, God, that's so badass.
What are we trying to do? We say that we aim to develop imagination and flexibility of mind. This may sound arrogant. Parents may have to make sacrifices. This might well be true.
Oh, that's a trip. What a great freaking track. You know what I loved about it is that it stayed in that, you know, it did stay in this, so pretty much pedaling that at the zero of their riff, you know, that with their low note. So some of the turnarounds in there were great. They caught you off guard off of the one. You know, it kind of led you into the next measure, and then you're thinking you're going to get it now, and they're going to go, not going to give it to you yet. The clean voice was great, but when he got into the hook, I think it was, he put a little bit of that dirt in there and stuff like that. What a great sounding voice. Totally unique, and a very chewy guitar tone.
Yeah, it was definitely the sound of the 90s in Australian rock, I think. Phil Jamieson is an amazing vocalist. And I mean, I know at that particular time, certainly after this album was recorded, he went pretty hard on the partying and disappeared for quite some time. But yeah, the fact that they're touring again is just outstanding. I haven't been, but I've had people who have and said they're just as good as they always were, which I think is outstanding.
Yeah, they had it. There was a very nice, kind of a Zeppelin-y riff-esque kind of vibe they had going in there, and I say that because when I say that about Zeppelin, is because in my head, the raw recording again. This sounded like just another raw recording. Hit the record button, guys, go. You know, as far as the drums, kick, bass, and everything like that. And there's all these really great little nuances of that kind of playing that just stand out. But that was a pretty sick riff. So, yeah, thank you for that one, young lady. All right, what's up next?
No worries. Okay, so the next one is not my usual wheelhouse.
Okay, guys, she's covering for something.
No, so this track is... you probably heard me talk about in the past that, you know, I'm pretty crappy health and I'm pretty lucky to be here. So 15 years ago, I ended up in a coma.
Oof.
And I had organ failure, so my heart stopped, my lungs collapsed, and my kidneys failed. And like I said, I'm really lucky to be here.
Wow. I had no idea it was that up against the wall
Yeah.
there. My dear.
Yeah. So But what this track means to me, so that was like the September was my birthday. My best friend has this habit of just buying me tickets to gigs. We just go to gigs. She has completely different music taste to what I do, but there's a couple of things that we just love hanging out. Like I've seen AC/DC with her, and you know, Red Hot Chili Peppers and Roger Waters and Pink.
Wow.
You know, with her. So for my birthday in September, she bought me a ticket to see this band. And I didn't know at the time it was that band. It was a secret gig with a secret guest, which I figured would be her. But the October was the Coma. And this gig was in November. So 3 weeks after I left hospital, I am at this gig. And this is the actual gig. The actual gig. This was their final ever performance as a band. They'd been around for 20 years, another Australian band by the name of Powderfinger. And this was their final ever gig in Brisbane at River Stage, and I am in this crowd.
Can we see you somewhere? Can we see where you are?
You won't be able to see me. No, this was one of the only times I've ever been up the back. But yeah, this. I was pretty weak. I was determined to go,
Sure.
but I was pretty weak. And yeah.
Oh
but
yeah,
I'm
I can
there.
imagine. How many weeks is that? Just 3 weeks after being a coma?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, living your best life, I would say, right guys? Everybody in the chat?
Yeah.
Living your best life.
Yeah,
Okay. Go ahead.
So this song is called These Days, and it's by a band called Powderfinger. Enjoy.
Wait, before we start this, did you drop a Powderfinger on me once before? I don't know why
I don't think so.
I don't know why I feel like I've done a Powderfinger. I don't know why. If Turnip was around, he'd look it up for us. But let's do this. All right.
All right.
Hello. Oh my goodness. So sucky. There we
Really
go.
there.
Thank you very much. We love you.
I may cry, just FYI.
No, go ahead. Feel the emotion.
It's a moment.
We're here for it.
It's coming round again, slowly creeping in, time and its commands. Soon enough it comes, settles in its place, it's shadow in my face, it's pressure in my day. This life, well, it's slipping right through.
I love that everybody else is singing.
These days turn out nothing like I planned. It's coming round again, it's slowly creeping in, time and its command. It settles in its place, it's shadow in my face, it's pressure in my day. Well, soon
There's a little organ that's going on back there that I love.
here it is again, it's slowly creeping in, but time and its command. Yes, soon enough it comes, it settles in its place, it's pressure in my day, undignified and lame. This life, well, it's slipping right through my head. These days turn out
Back.
nothing like
Left.
It probably sounded great back there too, didn't it?
slipping right through my head. These days turned out nothing like I had planned. Control, well, it's slipping right through my hands. These days turned out nothing like I had planned. Yeah.
So you're saying this is their last bow?
It was. Yeah, it was the last song of their last gig.
Wow, super emotional.
There was only 10,000 tickets sold for that last one. Yeah, I've still got the T-shirt.
Wow.
And, oh, actually, I have...
Oh, you got the
ticketing
lanyard.
thing, too.
Oh, very cool.
Oh.
What's the backstory of this being their last show? I mean, it looked like they were just riding high. Is there a backstory to this?
They'd been around for around 20 years, and they were done. Bernard had started solo album stuff. He's now got a band with guy from Something for Kate, Patrick Dempsey, and it's the Dempsey Fanning or Fanning Dempsey National Park is the name of their duo. It's only just begun. They got together during COVID and did a live performance via Zoom or whatever. Yeah, otherwise it was just, this was it. This is their final proper, yeah.
Well, you did well, young lady. You held back your tears.
I did. First time in a long time.
Oh, wait, do I see him welling up a little bit now that I mentioned it?
A little bit shiny in the eyes.
A little shiny. Take that bow, guys. Or
I'm
that
up the
selfie
back
shot.
there.
You're way
Left
back
side,
there.
Up the left side there. Side the content.
Wow. You know, I think a couple times on the stream here, I've had folks actually have me listen to, last songs, live performances and stuff that are really emotional. I can't imagine what that's like, even though you're stepping off, when people get to that place and you're stepping off and going in different directions and it's unanimous, there isn't any, infighting going on and trying to keep the band together and stuff. It's just time to move on. I can't imagine what it's like to build that house of success, of joy, of song, of music, of emotion, for a world to listen to for 20 years, and then kind of walk away from it. But I'm sure there's, for you especially, what an incredible story. I mean, Bee.
For me, it was the poignancy of the situation.
Yeah.
The fact that 3 weeks prior, I was in a coma, and I was just fortunate that I could go to a gig again. Because obviously live music is such a huge part of my life. Huge. Yeah. I mean, I've got 4 gigs coming up in 11 days. I'm stupid. But it's
Well, okay, hang on for a second. When you say that, you're saying you have 4 bands that you're going to be watching. You're going to 4 different gigs in the next 11 days?
So July 9th, I've got Atreyu. July 12th, I've got Reliqa. July 18th, I've got Windwaker, and July 20th, I have Carnival.
Kados, what we, living life to the fullest. I mean, I feel like such a lech listening to you. Like, you're going to do more in the next 8 weeks than I've done my whole life, it seems like. But I think that is so tremendously powerful, Bee. How much you love music and how passionate you are of it, and how as adverse as your life has been health-wise and everything that's gone around with it, that zip line of music and how paramount it is in your life. I powerfully live vicariously through your charge of music. To me, it's just so wonderful to watch, and even now, we're getting. Now I'm gonna die. Hang on for a second.
Don't do that.
No, hang on for a second.
I have all the energy from the music, Ivy. That's the music gives me the energy, honestly.
Yeah, sorry. Look at patty cakes. Rip Chibo. Sorry, bro. Sorry, patty cakes. Not quite yet. Anyhow, I just love that about you, and you just go for it. So, what's up next?
Up next is a band that's special to me because of a person that's special to me. I go to gigs all the time, and when I moved into this house, I met the people next door, and they have become family to me. So the ultimate gig buddy is my little bro. He comes to pretty much every gig with me, and
Oh, that's so cool.
he used to be up the back while I'd be down in the mosh, and this band was the band that he first came into the mosh with me, and little bro, all grown up,
He's all grown up. He's got broken bones and no teeth. Yay! Oh, my goodness.
And he loves to go and have a bounce as much as I do, and it's great. And he goes into it sometimes more than me. Like, he'll go run into a wall of death. Like, we hold hands and skip into that stuff. Like, it's
that is such a thing. I just
awesome.
want to do like an 8-second like AI generated. What do you call holding hands and walking into the wall of death? I mean, how those words just came out the way they did. I think that too is a shirt that we may have to investigate.
Yeah.
And holding hands and walking into the what it is called the wall of death, right? Is that what you call it?
Yeah. And you got to skip into it. You can't just walk into it. You got to skip into it.
Oh, skip into it. Oh my God, that's right. Skip. La 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 la. Poof. Oh Jesus. All right.
Just like Dorothy. That's exactly right.
Follow the yellow brick house. Okay, so introduce our next track.
So this is Architects, and it's the song called Whiplash.
Okay, guys, let's go. It's coming up in 6 seconds. Because I'm old, and that's what's going to happen. Here we go. Hello. Oh, I got to press start. God, I suck. Doink. Hey. What the? It's there. I see it. What happened? It says play, and I played it. Okay, hang on. Let me scroll down the thingy and see if I made a boo-boo. Because let me try that. See if that'll work it. And I go like this. It's not playing. How come? Okay, hang on. We'll
Maybe
figure
because
this
it's
out.
uncensored. Might be region locked.
Uncensored. No, that wouldn't do it. Okay, let me see. Let me oh, you know what? But it's coming up as zeros here. So let me look it up here.
Yeah.
And then we'll get back to your playlist. So I'm going to look it up over here. Wait, let me do this. We figure this out. Oops. Oh my God, I suck. Okay, it is Architects Whiplash. Okay, stand by.
Gotta be the uncensored version though, because
Okay.
it's life without swearing.
Don't judge me for my spelling. Oops, Architects.
Try that one.
I think this will do it.
Architects.
Let's keep our
It's the
fingers
pirate
crossed. Here we
version.
go. All right, here we go.
Architects.
No, it's not letting us do it. What the hell? Why is that? Did I abuse the system? And it says 0, 0.
thought
Okay,
so.
hang on for a second. Oh, maybe this one. Maybe we got to go with the censored. Maybe that's what it is.
One.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'll swear for everybody. There's another one.
How about this one? Oh, this right here. Let's see what this works. Let's try it again, guys.
That's a mix.
Hang on.
No, it's got zero
still
again.
Gosh. The chat's screaming at
Not
me.
allowed to hear the swear
Oh,
words.
that's what it is. Look what is showing up here. Do you
Ah,
see
yeah,
it?
okay. So if you click the button, does it? I understand. Wish to proceed.
Yes,
what
I
it does?
understand. Guys, do we understand and we wish to proceed? And yes, I am signed
Yes.
in. Okay, click the button. Let's go.
Yes.
All right. There we go.
Yay!
I'll fix it in the mix.
They're moshing.
What a great hook. Oh, I love this section. Great mix. Oh, super digging this section. Aman, get the tip jar out.
The floor. Hopefully get the helicopter going, Kaz.
Everything is going to be fine.
Damn! Holy smokes, what a smoking track, no pun to the poor guy that lit himself up at the end of the track. But I take it that's why we got that warning. Was it what was happening at the end? Because it didn't seem so dark and gnarly. I mean, to make me like jump out of my skin. But I guess if you are under a certain age. And yes, by the way, guys, I am signed in, but I'm signed in with another account that I can't, whatever, it's complicated. So yeah, I can understand for your friend, this being the breakout wall of death, skipping into the wall of death, must have been an incredible experience for him.
I think he'd like, because he used to like bring me beers and stuff down at best little bro ever, would bring me beers while I was in the mosh, in the pit, and yeah, so he'd come down and then skedaddle back out. But now he's in there next to me, dragging me through circle pits when I have a busted ankle. We're in there together. Like we're in there together. Yeah, we just have the best time. We really
I
do.
love that, handing the experience out to another generation. I mean, is he a couple generations younger than you? Like you're breaking him into the.
Oh no, he's only like 8 years younger than me. He's not that much
Oh, I
younger
see.
than me. Yeah.
But he's like very new to the scene, I guess. Apparently, with the. I love the fact that he brings you beers. It's like I got to take care of her at all costs. Must stay hydrated, even though it's got alcohol. Must stay hydrated.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
I gotta-
bro, sis bro time.
I got to ask you, since you really throw yourself into the music, no pun. What was the worst injury you ever got that's associated with mosh pit?
Yeah, definitely the ankle that I did earlier in the year. That took 5 months to heal properly. I think that's just the old age settling in. But I've been pretty lucky. I think too, because I'm little, like I'm short. I'm quite short. So if and to be honest, proper metal crowds are the best. They are kindest, lol, rotten. They just, if you fall down, you have 18 to 20 hands picking you back up. It's everybody looks out for each other. You don't get crushed. It's only when you've got like the mixed genre festivals that you get the dude broads in there that, it gets a bit rough because they're just in there to cause havoc. So.
And what is that crew called? The what?
I call them dude bros. It's just people coming in to cause dramas, really. But true metal fans, they are the first, they let you in, do you want to go in the front? Come on in. Do you want to go up? Do you want to go crowd surfing? We'll pick you up, we'll put you up there and look after you and stuff. And it's really, really good. You run around in a circle pit, everyone falls over, people stop, pick you up. It's the best.
What a great
like
community.
when I run into a wall of death, run into a wall of death, I go side on and, you just give people hugs when you get there. It's great.
Oh my gosh. I will say that when I first started my very first song that I did, and which turned into the Decomposer Lounge and stuff like that, and I kind of got sandwiched into the metal, reaction thing. Probably some of the kindest people I've ever met were some of the metalheads online. They were leaving me comments and stuff, and and for me, it was a very open-minded experience because, in the sense that I never, just because I saw a guy coming at me full of tattoos and wearing a black shirt with a band name that you could never read.
Biggest teddy bear on the planet, no doubt.
Yeah, and I encountered that when I was a tour guide, about 10 years ago down the road. I took all kinds of people on tour and stuff like that. And this was back at a place called Kulo Ranch. And there was times where I would just, oh my God, look at this guy coming at me. And he's got the look and the creases in the face. He's like, hey man, how you doing? I'm so excited to go on this tour. Where's Jurassic Park? I'm like, dude, let's go. Then he'd step on my truck, and then the whole back of the truck would go, because he was a big guy or something. But so kind and stuff like that, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
I can understand how, like,
people.
as you say, they're watching out for everybody, except there's always going to be a discursive, group of people who are out for the other bit of it. But, so, all right. So what's up next?
I think, hang on, let me check my list. We have, where are we? We are, okay. So this is actually the band that got me to, when I started watching your YouTube channel, was right, obviously COVID, and right before COVID, I went and saw Tool. So I flew down to Sydney and went and saw Tool in Sydney. And so I was just soaking up everything Tool prog related that I possibly could. And I came across this band. And I'd go onto your videos and I'd comment, you should listen to this band. And then I realized you had to be on the stream. So, and I'm pretty sure that the first band I ever requested on the stream, I was on the wheel. I got a wheel win, was this band. And honestly, they're one of my favorite bands. I saw them last year. They supported Caligula's Horse, and which was a surprise. But yeah, it was not that one. You have to go back.
Yeah,
over
I
to
gotta
my
go back. You see,
playlist.
I just so suck. God. How about this one? No, how about this
Stop
one?
it and go back to the other tab. The other
Oh
tab.
my! Oh, that's right. I gotta go back to the tab. Okay, this one.
No, the other
No.
tab. Look at the top of your screen.
Dear, I'm sorry. She's kicking my ass too, guys. Thank you. She's kicking my ass. I love this. This is when we do the best. This is when we do the best. B, this is what we got to do is just hammer on me for my stupidity, and you got the best laugh in the
my
world.
goodness.
Guys, doesn't she have the best laughter in the world? That was just hilarious. But only I could bring it out of her because I make such fuck-ups that, All right, under the other tab. Okay, like for me, when you say onto the other tab, I'm thinking of acid, the other tab. Okay, so this one is going to be the wheel, right?
Wheel.
Okay, why don't you
So wheel,
reintroduce it again?
Hyperion.
Reintroduce it again, and I'll edit this in. Ready and go.
So this band is one of the ones that brought me to your channel and brought me to the Twitch stream so that I could get you to listen to them. And this is one of my favorites. This is off their second album, Resident Human, and it's a 12-minute prog delight.
12 minutes. Where's double A when you need them? All right, guys, here we go.
I know, right?
Right. There we go. Finally. Jeez. Stop laughing. Ooh, what a throaty bass.
That was very bass heavy.
Tether the lines and bind us to the moment. Never the time to comprehend this existential reality for us. We've weathered the tides, secluded by the secret. Our survival called for it, but it always kept us from the answer. It's our calling.
Love what's going on with that China symbol.
Just one reason for defiance, reminded of all we've forgotten, faded to fade into nothing.
Wow, great production.
We're all heading sever the ties to all those with the goal to monopolize
bass
the
line.
infinite.
Yeah.
When the
This is a whole different level up. I mean, I know you mentioned Tool, but
is our return to dust. Forever behind our forebears
Yeah,
in
it's
the distance.
crazy good production.
Word for it,
Yeah.
Emma.
Bit of tread, and every atom tells me to turn away. We're all marching through the fire, desperate to save our desire. Heedless, we climb ever higher, driven
Love that. Great tone. Oh, I love that change. Are they going to bring it up? Are they going to bring it?
Give us a sign to hasten the acceptance of our own mortality. None of us get to change the road we're on. All that's left for us is to make amends without lack of permanence. Imperfect as we are, disconnected from the stars and gathered down to earth. Clarity returns. We forget none of this is a given. We forget none of this is a given. We forget none of this is a given. Give it up and search for something better. We'll chase the sinking sun, united in oblivion. We're overrun. We'll face our wind together
God, great changes in there.
under the sanguine sky. One fleeting glimpse of the divine. For you and I, nothing lasts forever. Easy now for us to empathize with others upon the
I'm not going to try to count this out.
harder to harbor this animosity. There is another
Nice meter work in there.
United we may stand, but united we will fall. Savor the absurdity of being here at all.
Love the language he uses in his lyrics.
Yeah.
Like, in another song, he uses the word extrapolated.
Probably syllable-wise, probably had impact on the rhythm.
Totally.
I knew they had to give it to us straight for a minute.
Just a minute.
Just when I thought they were going to square us off, they don't. Volume potting, I like that. Ooh, that's nice. That bass. Oh, that chord change. Jesus. You're going to let us marinate on some sound design? Well, I like how they let us down with that kind of ethereal drone. So there's no two ways about it. I mean, you know, for what it's worth, the Tool influence was, you know, obvious there. But it was a in the lasagna. It was the first layer of the influence, you know. Yeah. But they took it to their own place and production. You know, if I'm listening to it with that kind of sensitive ear and I'm gonna like pay homage and honor to layering, production, vocal production, these guys did a completely different job, obviously, than Tool's a little more raw and organic and stuff like that. They don't do a lot of overdub vocals. They definitely don't do a lot of key changes, odd little shifts in the key change. Also, the meter thing, yeah, they're known for that without a doubt. I loved everything about this track. I was so just chilling, sinking into it.
When I first found them, their first album was the only one out. This was just very close to being released, this album. And the first album was called Moving Backwards, and there's a song on that called Wheel as well. And that's another 12-minute prog delight track. And because they came up in my Spotify because I was looking for things like Tool. And then I went looking for information about the band. They're a Finnish band. James, the vocalist, is from the UK though. And what an early interview I found online said that they decided to write the next Tool album because they were sick of waiting for Tool to write it. And yeah, right. So that's what that Tool is obviously a very heavy influence for them. But they've just grown into themselves. You know, they put out an EP last year, and it was there's an amazing song that's got like a Beatle fart dirty riff, if I may use that term, on a song called Blood Drinker. It's called Blood Drinker, and it's just like, oh, like seriously, if you like the prog people, then go listen to some more Wheel, because honestly, they're outstanding.
Yeah, I recall when I was going through the Tool journey on the Decomposer Lounge, I had a lot of people saying, you've really got to check out this band Wheel. And I think I may have done 1 or 2 tracks on the Decomposer Lounge.
You've done one on the stream, but I don't think you've done any on the actual Decomposer Lounge.
Okay, because I do, but I do recall definitely being asked to listen to them quite a bit. You know, I had to go through the comments and stuff. It was you. You kept on hitting click, reset, set, click, right? Yep.
Wheel.
Yeah.
Play Wheel.
I liked, but what you said about the progginess of it, that's what also took it even to another level for me. You know, there's some really, really super cool turnarounds that were going there. And like I said, the play on the meter, that's one thing that's Tool-ish, but these guys took it and made more progginess out of it. So what did you call it? Prog what? You had a little term you were using.
Prog Delight. Proggy Delight.
That sounds like something to be on the menu of a death metal like dessert list, you know? Would you like a little Proggy Delight with that, screamo, toothless
Today's
death metal?
special is.
Okay, so what do we got coming up next?
Okay, so what is next? We have... all right, so this is another Australian band for you. I've requested a couple of songs on the stream before. This is the band that I did my ankle at back in January. And I'm going to go, they just announced a show in Brisbane for this month yesterday. So that's my 3rd gig for the month in the 11 days. So yeah, this is Windwaker, and it's a song called Get Out.
All right, let's do this, guys. All right, let me see if I press the right button. You guys pull out your bingo cards. Here we go. 3, 2, help. I did it.
This masquerade to an uncertain ending miles away. I lost company, I lost most of me, and I gave everything I had in me to make it work and keep you happy. Hey, hey, there's an open door to the brand new life you've been fighting for. I just bang, bang, wanna end it all, my mind away. Right on the water to sell you out, you ain't just
Oh, yeah.
never wanted to sound you as I wanted to. Get the fuck out. This masquerade to an uncertain ending miles away. I lie awake with no conclusion. Get out, I can't find an exit. Get out, the hand that holds you. Comfort me with your symphony. Have it play me out as I walk out this open to a silent fragment. Hey, hey, and the light goes out, burned into my brain. How they scream and shout, but I wait, wanna call you out. 'Cause the dark looks great, pouring out somehow.
Nice infusion of traps and EDM work and those ethereal pads.
Yeah.
What the fuck is on your mind? This is a call to the end.
Wow. Jeez.
This masquerade to an uncertain ending.
Great background vocal production.
I lie awake with no conclusion.
that it?
Yeah.
Wow, what a great track. Now, let me ask you something briefly, really quick, as I briefly add. Let me move this over there. There we go. So you have really quite the bandwidth of experiencing music in metal, obviously, and all the subgenres that we've listened to that you've suggested to us and everything. And to the most of the rawest organic super punk bands to something like this. And when I say something like this, I'm just saying this is probably super progressive in its production elements. Now you're hearing traps, you're hearing padded, triggered, effects and stuff being used to it. Really detailed and sculptured scalpel background vocals. The very clean sounds going into the heavier sounds. Did it take you a second to start to kind of roll into that? Not saying that you put a line to it and saying, I'm not going to accept anything that's not just a certain thing or a certain sound and stuff like that. Is this something you just kept yourself open-minded, but you listen to the track, but do you find yourself embracing more of this style of production in this kind of metal music?
I think there's a lot more electronica elements to, certainly in the metalcore scene. Even things like Make Them Suffer, which are really quite heavy, but they have, Alex on keyboards, and there is that electronic sound coming through, but you've got the screamo over the top. And I think it's always going to be the screamo that's going to get me, or the chugginess of the bass, or the, double kick going in there somewhere that's going to grab my attention. And then it took me a long time to get into this album, actually. Little Bro was into it way more than I was at the beginning. And because he and I share music constantly. And, he's like, give it another listen. And I'm like, all right, I will. And then, if my toes tap, if I start bouncing like I do, obviously if I like something, I'm going to move. It's just who I am. Which is why I'm, if I'm in a mosh pit, I'm going to bounce. I really am enjoying it. Just hearing it just gives the mids a little bit extra, a bit more oomph, you've got that. Especially when you're listening to it on headphones, which when I kitchen mosh, that's what I've got on. I've got headphones on because I don't want to wake my parents because they live above me.
She kitchen moshes. Yeah. Okay, so keep all the sharp objects away from her while she's she's making the mosh potatoes. I mean.
Yeah. I need to get a no stage diving sign made up for my kitchen.
Oh, that's hilarious.
It's. I don't know. It gets me bouncing, and those other little electronic aspects in there make me, I get the rave fingers come out, when I start doing these ones, and
that's how she makes such great mosh potatoes. We're listening to that because she uses rage fingers. I don't know how many movements do you have per genre. I'm afraid to have this move, that metal wall, ball smashing, teeth breaking, jingle fingers, cheese.
Yeah, probably too many. I mean, there's the helicopter too. When I don't have headphones on, I do the old-fashioned helicopter mosh. Yeah. I'm ridiculous.
My goodness, young lady.
That's definitely a thing.
Well, I really did love the track, but I guess what I'm gathering is that, and you do have an eclectic, sound palette that you've shared with us, but I do dive in with you on that, no pun, mosh-wise. I do dive in with you that I look. Or while I get, let's say, a little bit of an ethereal vibe from some of the trap works when they'll pull back on all the darkness and stuff and delays and unique things that'll get you kind of reset for the, resets the needle, because eventually what's coming at you is going to be some super dark ball crushing, riff or chugginess that comes on, even cut time and stuff. So I guess there just always has to be a dose of that somewhere throughout the track, for myself, where I go, this is nice. Oh shit, right there, Jesus, that's just insane. So I'm assuming that's what you're saying, right? There's got to be at least a little dose of that in there.
Yeah, and I think when it's played live too, like you can feel it coming. Architects do a thing where they make you get down. It's actually for Whiplash too. They make you get down on the ground, and then when the breakdown comes, you will launch yourself into the air and start throwing yourself around like there's
Wow.
no tomorrow. So yeah, it's good fun.
Yeah,
It's audience participation.
Sorry, not for me. I've already had my head bashed in enough with the lovely little sport of hockey and stuff. I'll sit in the back with a bag of popcorn and go, oh, look, there's SBee. There she goes, pew, pew, pew.
Bouncing around like an idiot. Yeah, that's me.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, what's up next?
All right, so up next is The Stranger, which I'm wearing their new T-shirt. I'm going to stand
see.
up because they've got a new song out.
Okay, there you go.
and
She's
I'm-
repping,
I'm-
guys.
I'm marketing genius for them. They love me.
Really? There you go.
I know we're not. I'm not. I'm unofficial because I honestly, they're one of my favorite finds, local finds. They're a Brisbane band. They're more proggy delight.
Froggy Delight.
This is their last song with their drummer and vocalist. So they're looking for a new vocalist and a new drummer. I first heard this song a couple of years ago when they supported Voyager. It's honestly, I've seen them like 8-9 times now. I went to their album launch where we had to stay seated for because it was during COVID. We had to stay seated, which was tough. But yeah, they're really nice
because
bunch
of
of
COVID.
guys.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. We had to be seated for everything. They're just a really nice bunch of guys, and I think they're extremely talented, and I personally think they should be through the stratosphere. So, and I love this new track. Well, this isn't their new track. This is an old track, but this T-shirt is a new track. So I will request it when they put it on YouTube. It's going to
All
happen.
right. So this is, again, let me go scrounging down in our little The Stranger right here.
Yep. So it's a song
Let's-
called 11th Hour.
All right, let's go. All right. It's giving me cinematic metal vibes. Love that pseudo choir work in the background, or the single voice choral sound.
By raising Midas hands, the crawling believers come. Command and reap the land to break it and build your throne. You're walking on holy ground.
Ah, great synth arrangement.
With each step and speaking in ancient tongues, set fire to the air and the earth. Hands high to heal the dying sky. Feel it taking over. Too late. There'll be no morning after.
It's like cinematic prog.
Hey, Callan.
Wow, super tasty. That was insane. You know, the vibe that it gave me was a little like there was a cinematic vibe to it. I think it had to do with a little bit with there was always a constant kind of, it wasn't quite a choir, but like a pad that had a choir tone that was higher, you know, like alto, mid-range, you know, men tenor kind of thing, just doing small work. Excuse me. But one of the things that I loved is the forward arrangement of the synth work that they did on that. Even though, you know, they were powerfully prog, like the guitar solo was great. It's in Amon's favorite mode, but the forwardness of the arrangement of the keys and the tone that they used, or the sound for that work, was badass selection, and it didn't cancel out any of the guitar work as far as tones. It was living in a pocket where it was on its own, even though they shoved it a little hotter in the mix. But they did do quite a few times is they did unison work with that synth sound as well to give it that very unique, you know, there's certain areas where it got chuggy, a little more power chordy, and I could tell that they layered, you know, that synth sound on top of it. And the bass also had a very rattly bottom end through it. So that was a badass song.
Callan's actually a producer. The guitarist is a producer. I don't think they produced this. I don't think he produced this album, but I think he's producing the next stuff. He certainly writes a lot of it himself. And yeah, but Drew's also really good, and so is Link, the bass player. So yeah, it's just, and unfortunately, Tom, the singer, and Dan, the drummer, is yeah, the next song that they put out on, it's out already, but on YouTube when I request it, it's their last song of all of them together, which is sad to see them go, but you know, life goes on, you know.
You mean they're leaving the band?
Yeah, yeah. So the vocalist and the drummer have gone. They've released one last track, and that's it.
And how long were they together for?
Quite a while, I think. I only discovered them 5 years ago, so maybe 8 years, 8 maybe 10, maybe. But yeah, just different life paths now, I guess.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you get married for 8 years. I mean, that's what we call it, right? That when you get in a band, everybody, all the interviews you hear, it is like a marriage, you know, because it's a relationship snow globe, you know, adjacent to the snow globe of your own personal life, whatever that may be, because there's all the other, you know, energy and stuff involved in there. But Yeah, we see it happen
I
all
think
the time.
Dan and
right?
Callan were in a band but together before too, so I think they've been around, hanging out for quite a while together. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So what's the next track?
Well, another favourite Aussie band of mine, Reliqa. Honestly, it's a different kind of prog. She throws a lot of rap style vocal into their stuff. This is an older track because I think I pretty much played you everything off the new one, and that would fit in this playlist. But yeah, I don't know. I just honestly, again, really nice people. I've met them. I actually have one of the drumsticks. I don't know if you can see which side is it?
Oh, I do. I see it right there.
Yeah. So I've got one from Thornhill and I've got one from Reliqa.
Oh, cool.
And I've got a Travis Miguel plectrum there as well from Atreyu. So,
How cool.
But yeah, so, and Ben actually signed my drumstick from Reliqa. So, yay.
A True Grit fan
so-
you are.
I'm just not a groupie. I'm not one of those.
No. I would
am a true
never
fan.
have imagined you being a groupie. There's no way I would ever be able to imagine you as a groupie. Just going out there and swinging the elbows in the pit and stuff like that. Yes, the groupie, no.
Yeah, no. I've just, and I do enjoy talking to the bands afterwards. It's really good fun. And I've pointed a couple to your stream and stuff as well, and your YouTube channel as well. A couple of the bands that I've made you listen to. And yeah, so hello if they're watching.
Yes. All right, let's move it on. So introduce the band.
Okay, so this is Reliqa, and the song is called The Halfway Point.
Okay, let's see if I get it right. Oh, sorry, I suck again, because I'm supposed to go like this. And God, oh my God.
There we go.
Ban me, please. I love that. Oh, what a great riff.
Drummer and the bass player are brothers.
Ah, okay. Imagine that household.
I reckon.
Ooh.
Don't quite feel the same.
Ooh, great backgrounds. Wow. Ooh, God. Whoa, what the hell? Oh my God, that was a premature pause button or something. Sorry about that. That sucked. The track was flailing. It was so insane, man. It was just smoking. This is, how old is this particular track? Do you know by chance? I can scooch it. I'm going to scooch it up and take a look and see if it's...
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it doesn't say
like,
right now. Yeah.
Wipe down a little bit more, maybe. Yeah.
Yes. So 3 years. It
3 years.
says
There you
April.
go.
Yeah, April of 2022. Yeah, I mean, because this is very a little bit more modern of the production and stuff like that. The fact that the bass player and the drummer are brothers, that makes for very unique, powerful, rhythmical tracks, and that's what was going on there.
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree. I think watching them on stage playing together too, it's outstanding. Like, because guitarist on his own right is outstanding. I mean, they're all incredible musicians in their own right.
Right.
And throw them into a band together and blown away.
Yeah.
Yep.
But they definitely were really big on the riff salad there, but they didn't get too out of control. Like they were still just another 20%. And they would have gone into another level of prog. The way I was hearing it and stuff like that. I loved her voice too.
Yeah, her voice is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah. So do we have one more after this?
One more. I mean, we're only 2.5 hours in. We could go all day, right?
We're just having fun. I don't care. Well, as soon as I edit out all my mistakes, it'll be down to an hour and 20 minutes. You watch, right? Everybody, I don't know if I want to edit it down though, because these guys have been hammering me so hard in the chat. They've been just so crushing me so hard, and I think I might leave it just so I can. Should I leave it all in, guys, so you guys can just?
Yeah, do it.
Really, I just steamroll it this way. Oh my gosh! Yeah, that's what's gonna happen there.
Half the fun, right?
Yeah, jeez. I guess that's what we're doing, guys. God, kicking my ass. All right, so what's this last track? I saw it hiding down here, but it's not. Where is it? It says one available video that says one unavailable video is hidden.
Oh no. No,
yeah,
it shouldn't be.
What did you do? What was it? Another nasty video?
No,
I'll look it up.
it's
What is
not.
it? What is it?
It's Polaris, and it's a song called Parasites.
Parasites?
Yeah.
Thank you for my spelling.
Another one off their album Fatalism. Honestly, I keep playing. This album is 18 months old, and I still play it every day. It's one of those albums for me. Yeah, I just.
Where's your connection on it? Is it is it the lyrical? Is it the through and through lyrics, music, melody, everything? What's the get for you?
It's just I don't know. Like, I mean, the lyrics are powerful. The fact that Ryan's no longer with us, the guitarist is no longer with us. That's part of it. But I it's just a great album. Like, honestly, every track on it I can't fault. And I just absolutely love it.
All right then, guys, we're doing this. I'm taking it. It's probably going to be this one right here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. This is Polaris, and the song is Parasites. Let's go. Oh, we're gonna get some trickery.
Want to see some mushing? You do mushing?
Go.
Everybody.
Uh-oh. No, just kidding. Don't do it.
There it is.
Come on, if you're in the chat, we got to get some mashed potatoes going in there with those emotes. Come on. God, that drummer's crushing.
That's amazing. All right, ready?
Oh, no. Oh, guys, she's going to go. Oh, no, there it is. I love that. Great production here. Oh God, the drum work. For God's sakes, what a crushing way to end it. Oh my goodness. And did you guys see her mosh out? She did the head spinny thing and everything. And I tried to do it. I got nauseous. Sorry. I thought I was badass. I started going like this. I'm like, oh, Mr. Rogers, my neck. Oh shit. Somebody tell me about the rabbits. I mean, I can't do it anymore. What a great track, man. And so you say you have this whole album
On repeat.
on your daily playlist.
Yep.
Wow.
I'm still one of those people that listens to albums. So I go through album. Like I have a playlist. Like I make a playlist throughout the year. But it's only about now that it's started to get enough songs on the playlist that I can actually listen to the playlist.
Right.
I go back and listen to previous years occasionally, and I have a Tool playlist because, Tool. But generally I listen to albums every day.
And do you work from home, or you dig out, you do your thing, and then you're just mosh pitting in the carpets?
Yeah. Yep, that's pretty much it. I don't work from home. I help out with some places occasionally, but otherwise I'm just, I'm out in the garden, or I'm, being a nana and crocheting and doing weird stuff like that.
I love that. I just, I just love meeting just such fans of music. It's coming from my angle, from where I'm at, there's a different kind of vibe for me and stuff. So that's why I really enjoy when you guys, yourself and other people, all the other Katos, they bring me videos that of music and of live musicians.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like I can at least get a sense of what it's like to be on stage and engage with the audience, whatever style of music and stuff like that. I never got that opportunity. And then, for the few of you, yourself, and the few that hang out here, on the stream. This is the energy that I like now. You know, really super enjoying this phase of my life where I've gone through my music careers, watching and listening to folks' favorite music, and you know, a little podcast like this, which is really fun and wrought with mistakes. I just love watching that energy. You know, of just seeing every single song that you played with us here. I could see you transform into the moment of the song, and that is just so freaking cool to watch too, you know?
Yeah. Like, I mean, I'm pretty energetic anyway, but you put me in a mosh pit and I'm a bit stupid. So like, and I do, it's my happy place. Like, yeah, right. It's my happy place. And I just get that it's not euphoria, but it is, but it's just, I feel I'm home.
Home in a
You
mosh
know?
pit.
Yes, I
Oh my God, we got you know, I'm going to go back through this and I'm going to cherry pick all of these little things that you've said. And I'm going to maybe make a mini bingo card or something. I don't know. But I think holding hands and skipping into a mosh pit with a death wall, I mean, you know.
Let's go. Yeah.
And you're probably all of 5'4" or something, you know, and biggest happy.
5'6".
5'6". Okay. Okay. So you got some elbow on you, going in there, in this whole kind of like rah 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 rah, and you're like, hey, hi guys, I'm home. Rah rah rah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Well, I am so glad that we did this redeem. And
Oh God, not in heels. Oh God, no, Ginger. Goodness, no.
What? Not in heels? What do you have, like Keds or something like that, or Vans?
I actually have barefoot boots because I'm usually barefoot, right?
Oh.
So I don't like shoes that don't bend. But that's how I end up with sprained ankles. So I've got some stompers as well that I go into big pits with.
Stompers. What is that? Like construction shoes?
Kind of, yeah. So like it has a toe protector and ankle protection and stuff like that.
So you got some stompers now after you broke your ankle.
Yes.
Okay, that's the mosh pit I don't want to go in with you. You tell your little young friend, or your what did you call him?
My little bro.
Your little bro. Hey, stay over here for a while. I've got the stompers on. Okay.
No, he's in there with me. He's all good.
I think that's wonderful. Bringing the noobs into the pit, and he's loving everybody. I really love the story that he was like giving you a beer in between. You know, you know what? In my mind, you know what that reminded me of. Remember the other day we ended the stream with Viking dude, the Viking guy,
Yes.
and that guy that puts the bottle of water in front of him before he gets off on it. He's like, "Here's the bottle of water," and the Viking dude looks at him and goes, "Yeah," drinks the water, gives it back, and then it's. All right, gang. So listen.
Yeah.
You stay with me for a second, but I'm going to end the stream. Everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We had a blast. Thank you for making so much fun of my ass that I'm not even going to edit this. I'm throwing it up on the Avocado channel wholeheartedly, and everything that you hammered me with. And your last words to the gang, SBee. This is, you know, not only one of our stoic Cados, our legacy Cados, but also our moderator. Do you have last words before we dig out?
Yes, I do. My boyfriend would be very cranky at me if I didn't say that this was the Geebz show. Get it? Geebz. Anyway, and also I'll see you in the pit.
There you go. As authentic as it gets, everybody. There's SBee, our mod, and our mosh pit tour guide. So I'll see you guys later. SBee, hang out for a second. I'm going to end the stream. Thank you guys so much. I don't know if I'm coming in tomorrow because this is a long weekend at the nonprofit. They might have me on task. Just keep an eye on your notifications. So just that's the best I can do until I get there in the morning. I might be able to send out a signal on Discord for my cell phone and let you guys know. Outside of that, everybody on Twitch, aloha. I see you guys later. Pull out your bingo cards. Let's see if I get the right button. SBee, I see you laughing. I see you laughing out of the corner of my eye because I know you played bingo. You shared your bingo card with me once, so you're in on the whole thing too.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, take care. I almost pressed the wrong button too. Okay, see you guys later. Aloha.